Hey, this is Josh French, Independent Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I am here with the Felecia Jasper, who is an emerald with our company, and she and I are just going to have a quick little conversation about Felicia's story. But before we get too far into that, I just want to let you know we are independent ambassadors with Plexus Worldwide. That means we do not represent Plexus Worldwide as a company. These are our opinions. Any story we're about to share are personal observations and are definitely not meant to cure, treat, or replace medical advice. So with that being said, Felecia and I have known each other for going on 4 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
Spent some quality time sweating in Orlando at Disney. Spending way too much for fish and chips at one of those awesome theme restaurants. But so over the last 4 years, I have been able to meet some of these amazing team members that are all over the country. Felecia, where are you at now?
Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah. So the land of the great sagebrush and tumbleweed.
Right.
And that awesome steakhouse that's like the size of a Winnebago.
Yeah, the steak itself is the size of a Winnebago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The
Yeah.
96er challenge or whatever it is.
Yeah. You know, locals, we don't go there.
Yeah. we didn't either. The only time I've been there was when I was living in Arkansas or living in Colorado. Every time I lived in Texas, I've never had a desire to go there.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask you a couple of quick questions. I think your story, like a lot of people I've met in Plexus, will resonate with somebody out there. So listening audience, Felicia's a single mom. She has a great son. He's growing up way too fast. She's one of the top 3 ranks in our company, has a significant amount of profit sharing pool. That we can definitely talk about offline if you guys are interested in that piece of the compensation. But Felecia, I just wanted to ask you, was there hesitation for you to get involved with Plexus as a business or the products or both?
You know, Josh, there really wasn't for me. Because of my personality, I tend to be a jumper is what I call myself. Not everyone jumps really quickly. Some people have to really process and think about the decisions they're making. That's just not my typical personality to start with. But even more than that, I had been on a health journey, a struggle is what it really was, for several years. And so the person who actually introduced me to Plexus kind of knew some of my struggles and what was going on, and I trusted her a lot. She was a health advocate herself. I knew we were kind of in the same vein health-wise. I've been an RN for 22 years now, and so health is really where it was at for me, and mine was struggling. And so when she came to me and kind of offered this and presented it to me, I jumped in just almost before she finished asking me, pretty much, simply because I was at a place in my own health journey where I was desperate. Like, I had tried everything else. I had done all the crazy diets and medications, and yeah. And so for me personally, that was an easy decision to just try something else. So, and the business was kind of a surprise that kind of tailed into that. But jumping in altogether was not, I had no hesitation.
Did you start as a customer and an ambassador at the same time?
No, I started as an ambassador simply because you mentioned I'm a single mom. And so budget was like my middle name. I was very budget conscious. And like the typical mom, mama guilt comes in when we try to spend money on ourselves and not the kiddos. And so I knew going into it that I would have to do it at the most cost effective way. And so I jumped in as an ambassador right away just for those best prices. And kind of in the back of my mind, I never really considered doing the business per se, but at the same time I kind of did because I knew I would have to get a few customers to help me cover the cost of my product. And so that's what I did.
So you came on as a wholesale ambassador without any intent of having the business.
Yes.
So your first order was like your welcome pack order.
Yes.
Okay. Has there been anything that has just surprised you? Well, besides what you just said, which was, oh, by the way, I have a business.
Yeah.
accidentally. Residual income, that's a cool surprise.
Yeah, it was.
But so has there been anything else that surprised you about the business side of Plexus? Because we do spend a lot of time educating people that are either customers of ours or just watching our Facebook feeds or having coffee with us about the health sides of the company. But I don't think we talk about the business side as much. So has there been anything that has been just really surprising, awesome?
I guess just network marketing in general was kind of a surprise to me. I'd never done it before, and so I didn't have, any real preconceived notions going into it. I didn't think one way or the other about it, good or bad, honestly. I had just never done it, and so I came into it with kind of a clean slate mentality, and I just kind of believed everything they told me, which worked in my favor because they were telling me the truth, right? And so I don't know. Just the fact that I can make the living that I'm making right now, alongside the health and alongside the time freedom that I've been given, that's a huge surprise. Like, I would never have expected that day one when I ordered my products. That's absolutely not what I thought I was getting myself into. So like you said, happy surprise all the way around.
Yeah. So you've been an ambassador for how long now?
3.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Yeah. And in those 3.5 years, now for those of you who want specifics, there are income disclosures on our website. So you can either go to Felecia's if she sent you this, or to mine, or plexusworldwide.com and look at opportunity. And there's an income disclosure statement on there. Felecia is at the Emerald level, which some of those benefits include a Lexus, a trip to Maui, cool little corporate gifts.
Lots of cool little corporate gifts. We're pretty spoiled, quite frankly.
They do not really skimp on loving on the ambassadors, and that's really just a blessing to see. Not only are the products made the way that they say they're made, which is naturally sourced, no GMO, most are vegetarian or vegan friendly, and just the ability to get to the root of the health issues that most of us are dealing with, which is gut health. So I guess maybe the last question I want to ask from you is that, where do you see, coming from the nursing field and seeing what the medical side of the world can do for somebody, where are you passionate about talking to people from that mindset of, hey, I was a single mom. Yes, RNs do make good money, but these are the hours that I put in, and this was my family. So where are you most interested in talking to people and saying, you know what, I know your situation, and this is what's changed for me?
Yeah. It's so hard, Josh, to narrow it down like that. The way I look at it is that I have gifts in my hand to hand out to people. And I think a lot of us feel that way. And so I feel like 3 specific gifts that I have to offer people in my world and in my life is health, time freedom, and financial freedom. And so it's very difficult for me to choose a favorite, right? It's kind of like choosing a favorite of one of your kids. You can't do that. You love them all. And they're all life-changing. They really are. And so when you can come from the medical field and see the difference that these products make, not only in your life, but in the countless stories that we get to hear all day, every day, you know the stories as well as I do. And in my RN brain, why was always the big question, like, why is this working the way that it's working? And to be able to dig into that and figure out the why, figure out why we're able to do so much more than maybe traditional path of medicine can do. And then we begin to really understand how that all kind of domino affects each process. It becomes so clear, and that's exciting to me, very exciting to me. And then the business side of it, oh my goodness. I mean, Yeah, I loved what I did. I'm not going to lie. I loved what I did. It took good care of my family, very good career, treated me well, but I had no control over my life. I had no control over my time. It was not a family-friendly situation to be in as a single mom. And now that's completely changed for me. And I don't know how you can not call that life-changing.
Yeah, and that's something that I've spent a lot of time and money investing in my day job, and I absolutely love what I do. Um, and maybe that's a great way to end this is there's a lot of us that are, 30s, 40s, 50s that have spent significant amount of finances and time investing in a career. Even as prestigious as that is, I mean, you literally save lives, but we also know how many medical professionals, especially RNs and nurse practitioners and pharmacists, et cetera, are successful in our company.
Yeah, a lot of us.
So if you were speaking to somebody who's, spent 8 years getting their RN and probably another 10, 12 years doing the grunt work and the crazy shifts. So if you were to speak to that audience right now with just the pride piece of it and say, that's fantastic that was your passion and that was your calling, this can do both for you. You can still pick up shifts, contribute that knowledge to somebody without the hospital and the managers and the hospital systems that are buying your particular, piece. Just, speak to that for a second. Say, this time control that you're talking about, what would you say if you were sitting in front of 5 nurses right now that were saying there's got to be a better way?
Yeah, there really is a better way. And here's the biggest blessing to me, I think, when you're talking specifically about my career. And like you said, the huge investment of time and money that we spent getting into that career and getting to a level. I was in management. I spent a lot of years getting there. And here's the thing. I still get to be a nurse. I still get to live out my calling and my purpose. Every single thing that I love most about my career, I got to bring it with me to Plexus. I still help people. I still educate people. I still help people get to their best health. I still help them troubleshoot and try different things. But I do all of that with the addition of time freedom, with the addition of getting to dictate my own hours, not clocking in and clocking out, not missing my own child's life in the process. That's huge to me. And so I feel like now I literally am living out the fact that I get the best of both worlds. I still get to nurse. I still get to do everything that I love most about nursing. I still get to do all of it. But I get to do it with freedom. That's huge. And I guess my question to anyone who has spent a lot of time, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I want to hear this.
But I would ask them, what is the quality of your time freedom right now today? Because I would be willing to bet that if they're working that position that they work so hard to get to, I'd be willing to bet that just like me, they find themselves in a position where they love what they do, but what they do doesn't love them back. They're working hard, way too hard, way too often. And so if the quality of life, quality of time freedom is not what you kind of signed on for,
yeah, you pretty much, this is going to be 20, 30 years of dealing with it. And, almost every nurse that I know, just on a side note, picks up even more shifts because the money is so attractive for holidays. And like my aunt, who was a nurse for 30-something years, they never celebrated a holiday together. He worked for the state prison system, and she worked as a hospital RN, and they always worked holidays and then had like a random Wednesday for Thanksgiving. I mean, it was
it's a 24/7 career. There's no holidays, there's no weekends, there's no regular sleep hours. It's 24/7. So there's no escaping that.
Well, Felecia, I won't keep you much longer, but I thank you so much for the time. I love seeing you every chance we get to, and can't wait to see your boy sometime before he graduates college.
Right? No, I really appreciate you, Josh. I appreciate being asked. This was fun.
Not a problem. I'll see you up on that Jewel States next year at convention.
Yeah, I'd love that. Have a great day, guys.
All right, I'm Josh French. I am a senior gold in qualification for Diamond ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I am good and getting gooder. Y'all have a blessed day.